Now let's come to the football thing.
Exactly.
This week, Mahunse is been trending by
Right.
Ocean come Eka say prior to the World Cup, no, Kudus ebenya serious injury. If you don't mind, can I say the okachre no? Na fe yembra the esinum na yembe the.
Yeah,
what did you say about Kudus?
So I saw in the World Cup during going through the group stages up there, and that was like a catalyst that interfered with the whole thing. So what I saw was that Bobo at the right side, Otra center no winima. So in between that and go to the 18-yard there. So mainly, the main interpretation was Otra center and now call with him forward to your right side there. Or be tackle no, from a sliding point. Or tackle now, or be breaking the ankle. Or breaking the ankle, and the person will be wearing a number 17 jersey. At the 17 jersey, no, or share white and red lines in the shirt. So maybe white, red lines, anywhere it is. But then I'm picking signals or the flashes of. So let's say prophetic angle is like here. I'm looking at place. So I'm like 107. And I can pick another thing. AVS, thumbs up. So it signals. So when you enter, you're like, okay, 107. Waiting a higher or trainer. And that doesn't mean I have to explain the YouTube bar here and then I'll pick the signals that I see and then offer it because we're talking quickly. Exactly. So that's how I saw it. It's a tackle, broken ankle, 17 jersey, red, white lines in the jersey. That's what they wear. And then that will be Ghana playing. Exactly. And at that same location.
Okay. So now, here is the case.
And then I said they will lose by 4-1.
Okay.
Yes.
So here is the case. Another Ghanaian player.
Right.
No. Sa match of Kudus and Bobby.
Exactly.
And Onum boy, a friend of Abu Francis.
Okay. What position was he playing?
Now, Obo a Kudus position.
Good.
And when you're born now, no, opponent no baby shoot.
Exactly.
Like or Ben Po, no, I mean 18 yard no hona, and no hona no baby shoot. And a Ghanaian player in the night, ABCO, to a ball shot, no, and the nine mum, a cop ball, Ghanaian,
yes.
So a man for Konate, won't come sending to Abu Francis, dear no.
Right.
What is the, connection between Kudus and Komsheno and Abu Francis Diano? Tell us.
Yeah, I think one day I was on an interview with Abranti.
Yeah.
And then he said something. Prof, you can say you better part-time, time part-time, not part-time, na headache. And then I gave him a little bit of education on that angle. Say, tempering with time is a very crucial thing. When something is in the original timeline and it's not in a branch of time. Fanny said, we spoke about the plane crash that happened. The plane crash was the helicopter crash was in an original timeline. So even if you tamper with it, you will change the people in the plane, but the helicopter will always crash. It will always crash at that same time. But then you can change the passengers. You can cause another effect. That's how time is. You see, the player entered into the ball instead of Kudus. Played the same angle, broke the same ankle at the same position with the player that broke the ankle wearing the same number 17 jersey with the red and the white line on the neck, specific location, specific pathway, the same leg, the same jersey number, but different character. That is what we call time tempering.
So who tempered
it? When they brought me request, I have to readjust some few things by the grace of God. And if you can make a request and you can change it, that's it. He who is weak will be the one to face the consequences.
So meaning, sir, after your prophecy about Kudus, they reached out to you?
Yes, a lot of interference. Because everybody is fighting. GFA, everybody. Yes. No. Sir, if Kudus breaks his ankle, we are done because it's the central force. So whatever that the guy has to be done to get there, let's do it. Exactly. And then if you can slide through time a bit and see possibility and move the person out of the place, the rest of the outcome, you just keep a blind eye on it and keep moving.
Is there not a way Ananka ube to me ama sadia no emmemu kra and there was no way?
It's an original timeline. A 17 jersey would always break the person's ankle at that exact location. It was a time pattern.
We couldn't have changed it.
There's nothing we could have done. Yes. So that's where the thing is original timeline. So you can switch Like original timeline, let's use an example of politics. Let's say the 2028 election, right? The original timeline still continues for 16 years. So if the original timeline still continues, we can change the precedent, but we can never change the timeline because it's the original timeline, and that's how it is.
All right. So here, no, when I ever say, yeah, the obia sign, I could say, obi meaning say, like, at the anke was say, yeah, Kwame no. Unfortunately for Kofi didn't want Kofi.
Exactly.
And so, Nanka enye Kofi ntina at the end ever happen.
Right.
But timing no, Kofi and the PMO.
Yes. So once you temper with time, we have two conditions. You could draw the things forward or backwards. That's what you could do. Or seize it within that specific time that all wells will end well at that specific location. So once we drew it, it ended up at a specific timing. Because if it goes into the main World Cup, it causes a lot of problems. So it was brought out of it so that it can happen earlier, so that everybody can be free now. And then we have free mind, and then we know where we are going and what we are doing. Exactly.
So meaning say, a car be an accident.
Right.
You can't temper with the accident.
But you can change the passengers.
But you can change the passengers from the car.
Absolutely. Exactly. So you see how it is. You can even delay the accident. You can change the passengers. You can change the color of the car. You can even change the car, but then the accident will still happen. The incident will always happen there, but then it could be different people, different things.
And then you attribute to lack because main Ghana for your tama a helicopter and crash here. We were told the Nanka president cry joining.
Exactly.
Catalyst, it has to flow. But right now they've tempered with one. So they should not play games anymore. If you've tempered with one, it's easy for me to hit it back. But if they temper with the day I use catalyst, there will be trouble. Because that one will also be extreme. Oh, trim they call. Because so now you've taken 2 of the people, except for only 4 of the catalyst over there. Now, this kind of timeline on my map, there is something I don't know if we can recorrect it. But I saw Kudus on the football pitch. He was playing the football and then he sat down. Yeah. He sat down on the pitch. And it was not his normal injury. One said even when we were bending time, the injuries were still slipping through. That time, bending time, and it's not a joke like that. You can interfere with so many ripple effects if you just touch a little strand of time. So to say, it was sitting down like because once they removed the coach, the first thing I did is to check if anything has changed. And I realized we have created a different branch of time where all those things were happening. So I said, no, wait, there's some maintenance because this one we can bend it because even us getting to the quarterfinals was not the original timeline. It was a branch of time. I remember I discussed that with you. And so once that was a branch of time that we can reach there, we can be able to still slap this timeline back into it by the grace of God so that we can get to where we're going to get to. So as how the Bible was saying something, I was speaking to Ezekiel. He said, Ezekiel, what do you see? So I said, I see dry bones. He said, prophesy. Nyankopon at the Ezekiel now. But one can't say, me Nyankopon, remember dry bones now. So I say, whoa, Ezekiel shenkom. So when the timeline, he gives us the utterance to say, okay, I've given you the utterance. Utter reality.
Wow.
And let's go. Yes.
And they say,